Hello friends, I welcome you all in my show, The Opinion Platform. Today I'm going to discuss with you one very important political issue. This political issue is once again about the potential corruption, potential scam of EVM, electronic voting machine. Actually, all of us know that 5 states had gone into assembly elections. The result of 4 states assembly elections came yesterday and one assembly election result came today. Yesterday in Telangana, Congress won the majority. It crossed the majority mark forming the government to form the government, and in 3 important states of North India, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, BJP won with big margin, huge unexpected margin. Actually, as per the media coverage, all parties, including mainstream media, were expecting that in Chhattisgarh, Congress is going to repeat the government. In Madhya Pradesh, there's going to be a tough battle where Shivraj Singh Chauhan's government or BJP government may come back to power, may lose the power, and Kamal Nath, which is Congress, may succeed in forming the government. About Rajasthan, it was said that in Rajasthan, since Ashok Gehlot has worked tremendously, has worked so much that people are very happy, and the trend of Rajasthan, where after every 5-year, 10-year government changes, might not be repeated this time, means Congress can again come back to power in Rajasthan. Ashok Gehlot can continue to retain the power, to retain the chief minister post of Rajasthan. But suddenly, when the results of these 3 states were out, it broke all expectations. It refuted all claims of victory of any party, and the result was one-sided. Surprisingly, today, where all parties were busy in expressing their reasons and causes of defeat and losses and victories, Mayawati has broken the silence and again questioned the EVM, electronic voting machine. She has openly said today that it simply cannot be believed that entire reportings, ambience, electoral ambience, feedbacks of the people were something else, and result came out to be quite opposite to what media, what people and what mainstream channels were saying. Means Mayawati has again taken the risk of being ridiculed but spoken the truth which every opposition party wants to say but doesn't say it. Let us not forget that in 2019 Lok Sabha election, Mayawati ji has got so angry at the result of Lok Sabha election of Uttar Pradesh that she has openly leveled charges against EVM machines. Let us also not forget that in 2022, when Akhilesh Yadav was expected to win with majority, clear majority in assembly election of Uttar Pradesh, but when the result came out, the result was quite opposite to the massive expectation of the people, massive turnout of the people. It is very surprising that those countries which made EVM machines, electronic voting machines, even they have rejected elections through EVMs. We don't know why India, despite having so much claims against EVMs, Indian government is not doing away with it. It is also interesting that all opposition parties, after they lose the election, they speak against EVMs despite knowing that what may be the expected result if election happens through EVM. But when the state is about to enter into election mode, all parties keep silent. Mayawati ji has this time said with a conviction and she has openly used the word that it is mysterious, mystery. What is the mystery? She has not described, she has not said. Let us not forget that scientific or equipments have the problem that it can be manipulated, because ultimately it has been controlled. It depends on a certain chip. It is controlled by experts, and all of us know that who can afford to have experts. Yesterday, while having conversation with one of my friends who is a scientist, I had asked him the same question, that is it possible, as Rahul Gandhi had shared through his conference, that his phone was continuously receiving hacking alert messages. Is it possible that a mobile phone like Apple, which claims not to be hacked, can be hacked? And he openly said, my friend who is a scientist, openly said, he's a computer scientist, he works in cyber field, he clearly says that any device which is in contact with internet, which can be connected with internet, and which is in operational mode, which is switched on, can be successfully manipulated, can be hacked. Let us not forget the moment, the incident where few years ago, maybe 1 year ago and 1.5 years ago, entire data of Delhi AIMS were hacked by hackers, and it took almost 3 to 4 weeks of expert panel of scientists to recover from the hacking. Later on, however, the news was not made public whether and after exactly how long the Indian government succeeded in recovering the data of the patients from the Delhi AIMS. And thereafter, we have seen that all kinds of restrictions, technological restrictions, have started to be imposed. It is very important to bring to discussion here that there were times in the past when the war used to take place through swords and weapons, the weapons which were objects, iron weapons, and all these kinds of guns and gunpowder and cannons and all those things. Later on, our technological advancement improved and the war shifted from atom bomb and missile attack and jet attack and air force attack and all these things attack. Now the technology has become so advanced that we know that the most advanced technological country is Israel. Israel has displayed to the world that how it can set Iron Dome machine which can destroy the attacking missiles in the air itself through supersonic method. But interestingly, all of us know at the end that the war has entered from the sword to the missile, and now the real war in the future will happen, that will be called cyber war. In the age of cyber war, where the most advanced countries and the developed countries are resisting all methods which directly involve anything which is electronic, at least to maintain the sanctity of the democracy. Why we don't know why India, despite having been questioned by all political parties, are not listening us, not listening the people. This is very important as well, that all opposition parties separately denounce the use of EVMs, but before election they somehow fail to come together in alliance and make a request before the Election Commission of India that we are not interested to enter in election if the voting will take place through EVMs. We have to understand that why BJP every time, as per the claim of the Mayawati and so many other journalists and opposition leaders, why every time almost the same number of seats BJP wins which are openly announced? How is it possible? Let us remember, during 2019 Lok Sabha election, BJP was openly saying, top leaders of BJP were openly saying that we are going to win not less than 300 Lok Sabha seats. And surprisingly, they exactly won 303 Lok Sabha seats. How can it be possible? How can somebody's prediction, how can somebody predict so, what to say, aptly, so correctly? I mean, how do they know exactly that how many seats they are going to win? Even at this time it was happening, most of the people were saying, all of us know that all these journalists who went into the field of Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, they had a conversation with the people. They openly released, they talked to almost everybody, and people openly said that which party may win, which party may lose. And on the basis of their field work, all these mainstream media openly were running the news that in Chhattisgarh, Congress will repeat. In Madhya Pradesh, there will be a tough battle. In Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot may repeat, and at least will not lose with such a huge margin as it had happened yesterday. Why suddenly? What suddenly changes overnight? What brings so much change overnight? Let us also not forget that during 2022 Uttar Pradesh Assembly election, where the EVM machines were kept, all these opposition leaders, candidates, were sitting outside that building in which the EVMs were kept. When there is so much doubt, when there are people who are losing faith in the method of EVMs, the process of voting through EVM, why the government does not think of doing away with it? Is it because the EVMs can easily be controlled and are controlled by the ruling government? What can be the probable reasons? All opposition parties should come together to oppose and clearly say that in 2024 Lok Sabha election, they will not participate if EVMs are not removed. We also know that 20 lakh EVMs question, which are often raised at multiple platforms, questions raised by many journalists, that actually what happened of those 20 lakh EVMs which were used during 2014 and in other assembly elections. Let us also not forget that after yesterday's result, it appears that the BJP has started to make the environment from today itself that BJP will win more than 400 Lok Sabha seats in 2024 general election in Lok Sabha election. Let us remember that minister of Hitler, whose major idea was that one must speak lie as many times as it begins to appear the last truth. We know that so many people, the ruling party who has the command of the power of the state, they always use this method, and BJP cannot be taken to be exception. Well, today India Alliance has called for a meeting, and in this meeting, whatever were discussed will come later on, one after another. But after Mayawati has openly spoken and questioned EVM, I think India Alliance must think first of all about what to do with EVMs, because if the election of 2024 general election, 2024 Lok Sabha election is going to happen through EVMs, as Manoj Tiwari, a BJP leader, has said that BJP is going to win more than 400 seats, I think will prove to be true. So Mayawati, since she is forcefully made limited and made to be acknowledged only as a Dalit leader, and in a casteist society like India, it is easy to make fun of any bright Dalit person only because he belongs to certain caste which falls under SC category and ST category and OBC category. The leaders of these categories, if they happen to speak the truth, which are unbelievable, which may not fit the interest of the ruling elite, the upper caste, they use the tactics of making fun of such leader. Mayawati has been made the scapegoat of this same method. Every time Mayawati appears to be speaking truth and question the EVMs, instead of replacing the idiom, they replace and they humiliate Mayawati ji. This is shocking that in the country like India, where democracy is proudly taught in the classroom to be one of the biggest in the world, we do not have, or we are taking help of the method which are actually rejected by the most developing countries. With this, I conclude and I request the last time that any method which actually questions the established democratic setup of India must be reconsidered immediately and must be thrown out. EVMs, the use of EVMs must be stopped because people are losing faith in Indian democracy, entire electoral process. With this, I conclude. If you like my channel, if you like my discussion, please subscribe my channel, like my channel and share my channel. And to get connected with the best and the most important issues which concern our everyday life, get connected with my channel. Keep in touch. Thank you very much.